Hello, this is Fizsplat and welcome back to my channel. We're going to be playing a new game called Detective Butler, Maiden Voyage Murder. It's a game where it's a visual novel where you will be playing as a detective and solving a murder. It sounds really good, so let's get into it. This is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents either are products of the author's imagination or are used fictitious. Yeah, basically, it's not real. So, anything that happens is not real. On the dark and rainy streets of London, a crowd stand huddled together under umbrellas. In the middle of their circle lies a body. A stab wound to the chest makes it clear this person has been murdered. And with this, I've solved it. This is, by the way, this has got cool music as well, so, yeah. A man wearing a trench coat and fedora emerges from behind the group, and they all turn to face him in shock. Who was this man? Where had he come from? You solved it? Sir, please do tell us what you know. I say, you can't have possibly done so. This here, it's what the big wigs call an impossible crime. If those men from the yard can't wrap their heads around it, then surely a commoner such as yourself. Hold it. I may be an amateur, but that won't stop me, because I get a real kick out of solving these impossible murders. As if the man's words hadn't fazed them in the slightest, the crowd does nothing to stop the man from touching the dead body. The man reaches into the corpse's pockets, smirking once he realises what's inside. Yup, just as I thought. If he had those tools on him when he died, then I definitely know how it was done. If I may politely ask, isn't there a problem? It's been raining constantly for the past 3 hours, but as you can see, there are no footprints in the ground here, save our own. That's what makes this crime impossible. I find it hard to believe someone could stab this man and walk away without leaving a single footprint. There was a second victim, wasn't there? Killed in an impossible manner as well. Found dead in his study, right? How did you know that? We haven't told anyone. Never mind that. Let me first explain the other victim. Then I'll get to this one. Right. Please do go on. Think back to earlier today, when the master was found in his study. The door was locked and a servant had to open it using her key. Then, upon inspecting the room, you saw that all windows were locked and his own key to the room was hidden inside his desk drawer. That's right. That's exactly what happened. It's impossible, I say. A true locked room murder. In the morning, while the master was out walking his dog, the culprit approached the door to the study. He then took out some tools and unscrewed the hinges of the door. That's how he got in without using a key. Then the culprit plopped some cyanide into the master's tea, which the poor fool carelessly left sitting out. That explains why the room smelled of bitter almonds. Yes, it may be true the room smelled of almonds, but... You think I forgot about the sealed windows? The culprit took apart one of the frames, making sure the window itself remained locked. Then from the outside, they had reattached the frame as if it had never been touched. Same as the door. And so that's how the master was poisoned to death. But you still haven't explained the most important part. Who is the one who carried out such devilish deeds? All of us gathered here have solid alibis. The culprit? You're surrounding him. The amateur sleuth points to the nearby corpse. I say, it was the master's brother this whole time? Wow. If the master were to accidentally die, the inheritance would be his for the taking. But when he escaped out the window and climbed onto the roof, that's when his plan went horribly wrong. Oh, the master had seen all this coming and concealed a knife-throwing trap on his rooftop. And so our culprit became the victim of a second murder. And our victim becomes our second culprit. Hold on. There's one flaw with that theory. What happened to the knife? It was made of ice, so by the time anyone found the body, it had melted without a trace. The crowd was speechless. Everything had now been revealed to them by this unknown amateur. You can thank me later. I just can't pass up an interesting puzzle. But that's my style. If it's not interesting, I won't bother solving it. Ciao. The man fades into the darkness. The crowd is satisfied with its explanation of the two recent murders and no longer need the aid of the detective who happened to stay the night in their mansion beforehand. This nameless detective, who suddenly appeared out of nowhere, was more than capable enough. He had matched his wits against the real detective and had constructed a theory that suited the facts perfectly. The only question that lingered in that overconfident amateur's mind is whether or not his theory really was what the book's author had intended. Ooh. The man, now sitting at a modern day bus stop, flips to the next page in his book. Meh. My explanation is way better. With a disgusted look on his face, he closes the book and impatiently folds his arms. Well, I'm bored. Should have brought some more books with me. I'll have to find something else to entertain me now. Another boring day, at least so far. It's the middle of July and we're going on a cruise. Ooh. That sounds fairly normal, but I'm not too excited about it. Never saw the point of one, really. But my father insisted I go with him, so here I am. How much longer until we get there? Shouldn't we be at the docks soon? This car ride is making me sick. Hey, Gilligan, you feeling okay? You look bored out of your mind. I'm fine, Dad. Are we there yet? Yeah, almost. You see the seagulls out there? That tells you we're getting close. Ah. My father points to several seagulls flying around the nearby ocean. There's actually a story to these seagulls. From a long time ago, when my family used to live here in California. Back then, both my father and mother lived here, near the place these seagulls are flying around. My mother really loved animals, so she would go to see them whenever she could. The two of them often saw those birds, hanging around near the beach or harbour. The seagulls must have left my father with a lasting impression. He told my father how they reminded him of his favourite TV show as a kid. The one about some people shipwrecked on an island. And that's how I got my name. Gilligan. Ah, so it's Gilligan. I'm going to call him Gilligan. I've grown used to it by now, but being named after a fictional character sure was weird at first. That said, Galvano is a pretty strange name too. Maybe it just runs in the family. I guess so. Whoa. At long last, we find a parking spot and the car goes silent. Since we're finally here, I'll stop my complaining. Oh. I unlock the door and step onto the pavement. The cool summer breeze greets me as I stretch my muscles outside. In front of me rests an enormous cruise ship. I hadn't heard of it, but supposedly it's top notch. That's why my father booked a vacation here. Today marks the beginning of its maiden voyage, the first voyage a ship makes. Ooh. Like in the title. So I'm left wondering how a cruise ship can be known as top notch without having made a single trip. Hello. This ship went by a different name a long time ago. Well, I can't remember it, but they refurnished the whole thing too. But it's almost like it's brand new. Ah, I get it. So it's a high-class ship that's been completely redone, and will be the one to experience its first cruise. How'd you find out about this? Believe it or not, I'm friends with the captain. Ooh. You know, company connections and all that. So he told me right away when he finally got enough money together to start up the cruise ship again. I see. I guess being the CEO does have its perks. My father is the CEO of a rather large company. That's cool. It's an insurance company, so to sum things up, my family is filthy rich. However, I don't actually do anything for the company itself. At the moment, I only have a high school diploma and I'm to begin coursework at a prestigious university. Afterwards, I might be able to get something done. But for most of my life, I've been known as a slacker. I guess that's what happens when you're spoiled. Ashamed that my high school GPA was under 4.0, my father pulled a few strings and got me accepted into his preferred university. Yeah, he totally cheated the system there. What a nice guy. He wants me to run the family business or whatever. To become just like him and take over the company someday. And to do that, he'd want me to get into the best school possible. I have no choice but to go along with his plans. I don't know what I want to do anyways. Maybe I should become a doctor or a lawyer. Settling on my father's dreams is as good as anything, I guess. It does feel a little depressing knowing I have no clue what I want to become though. But if it can't be helped, it can't be helped. My thoughts are interrupted by the footsteps of an unknown person. Ooh. Mr. Golder? A tall man approaches us wearing a jet black suit and sunglasses. That's me. Did Jack send you down here to pick us up as I asked? Correct, sir. And you are Gilligan? Yeah, I'm Gilligan. Understood. Follow me this way, please. The man leads us through the various security procedures. The customs people screen our luggage as they do with everyone and allow us onto the ship. Thank you for your cooperation. The cruise will begin shortly, but the ship will remain stationary for the time being. So please make sure everyone in your party is here before departure. Right, I'll make sure everyone's here. Take care. The man in black leaves, returning to monitor the outside of the ship. Oh, hi. Hey, Galvano, you made it. You were almost late. An attractive young woman comes running towards us, waving her hand at my father. Am I supposed to know who she is? Wahahaha, well I'm here, aren't I? No reason to worry, my dear. Oh, and are you Gilligan? She points her hand at me. Yeah, Gilligan Golder. Nice to meet you. Eliza Jones. Nice to meet you too. Your father's told me a lot about you. Haha, I suppose he does like to brag. I can only wonder if what he's been saying about me is good or not. That's right, you two haven't met before. I told you I invited all the company's executive board members here, didn't I? Eliza is the CCO. Chief Commercial Officer. And you, Gilligan? Huh? I'm not a company member. I've never even seen the inside of the building. Wahahaha. Someday you will, someday. Eliza turns around and waving at 2 more people I haven't seen before. Are these the other company members? You run too fast, Eliza. There's no real hurry, you know. Although considering it's Galvano, it wouldn't have been too surprising for him to miss the ship. Hey, I might be getting a little slower in my old age, but I'm still Galvano. Underestimating me would be a careless mistake, says the person who missed his flight to California. That's the reason we ended up so close to being late again here. But we did get here in time, didn't we? And that's all that matters in the end. Wahahaha. Oh, are you Gilligan? I was wondering when we'd get to meet you. Howard Lujuan, Chief Operating Officer. Blythe Calico, Chief Financial Officer. It's a pleasure to meet you, Gilligan. The 2 of them stretch out their hands and I comply. Nice to meet you both. Sorry if I'm a bit more boring than my dad's story would lead you to believe, haha. Oh, come on now. We've just met you, but I bet by the end of this cruise we'll have lots of fun memories. I hope so too. Do you like games, Gilligan? Yeah, who doesn't? Of course. Then perhaps we should play a little icebreaker game to get to know each other better. Whoa, that scared me so much. I can tell you all about Gilligan. You see, when he was a little kid, Hey! There's no need to embarrass me. You know, maybe we can save this game for later. Gilligan probably wasn't expecting to be bombarded with questions. Yeah, that's... The ship suddenly shakes and I jump back in response. We must be ready to take off. Eliza giggles, but I can't help that I get scared so easily. There's a reason I don't like engine noises. If I had to answer one of those icebreaker games, that reason would probably be the thing I'd tell people. However, it brings up some bad memories, so I try to avoid mentioning it whenever possible. Aww. I try to block out that part of my memory whenever possible too. Thinking about my past makes me sick. Aww. My father approaches one of the suited men and asks him something I can't hear. Then the 2 of them approach our group. Please follow me. At Mr. Golder's request, I will guide you through the ship on a short tour. It won't take very long. The 5 of us follow the man into the interior of the ship. This music gets better and better as we get into the game. Welcome aboard the ship. Today will be her first voyage since 1962. The ship has been completely refurnished, although the layout remains exactly the same as it was 50 years ago. The first deck is off limits to passengers, as the engine room, boiler room and employee rooms are located there. Please follow me around the second deck. This door leads to the dining hall. Originally, large parties were held there, complete with ballroom dances and performances on stage. We will do our best to recreate the original atmosphere by having performances of our own. The tour continues until we finally reach the 5th deck. Mr. Gold has requested 4 rooms for you on this floor. The guest rooms here are twice as large as the ones below this deck. They all contain a bedroom, sitting room, balcony, bathroom and closets. So which rooms are ours? Rooms 502 through 505 are the rooms you selected during reservation. They are all next to each other along this wall. Here are the card keys. The man holds up 4 card keys. Each one has a room number distinctly marked on them. If you lose any keys, you may come to the front desk and ask for assistance. The maid assigned to your floor will help you. One last thing, the 6th deck can be reached via the stairs at the end of the hall. From there you'll be outside on deck and you can reach the captain's room as well. Are there any remaining questions? Then please enjoy your stay. If you need anything, we will be at your service. The suited man bows before exiting the hall. He goes upstairs, presumably to the captain's room on the 6th deck. Alright, everyone will meet up in this hallway for dinner around 6. I've also reserved VIP seating and asked for the best cook they have. It'll be an amazing dinner. The other company members nod in agreement, saying their farewells to us. The other company members nod in agreement, saying their farewells to us. They then go into their separate rooms. My father and I will be staying in the same room. I was a last-minute addition and all other rooms are taken, so it worked out like this. Luckily, there are 2 beds for us to sleep on. For that same reason, there's only 1 key to the room. It's horribly inconvenient, but I heard most cruise ships are a pain, so I'll deal with it. We enter the room. My father walks over to one of the beds, setting his luggage down. I do the same on the bed across the room. We begin unpacking using the dresser opposite the bed to restore our things. Near the dresser is a plasma TV as well as a closet. Hey Gilligan, did you see this balcony over here? The view's great. My father walks onto the balcony, taking a good look outside. I pay it no mind and open the door to the bathroom. Oh. Suddenly I see a girl standing in total shock. She looks about my age and is wearing some kind of uniform. Ah! Ah! The girl jumps back, frightened at the sight of me. Sorry? Still shaking from nervousness, she doesn't respond. What's going on over there, Gilligan? My father finally looks over and sees the girl cowering behind the bed. What the? Not even an hour into the cruise and you're already making women cry? Get your act together, boy. Well, what? I didn't do anything. I don't care where this girl came from. She could be an alien from outer space for all I care. Now apologise to her. But I don't even know what I did wrong. How many times do you think I knew what I did wrong when I apologised to your mother? Now don't drag her into this. Please stop. It's my fault. The girl stands up, wiping her tear-covered face. The girl stands up. Oh, sorry. She makes an awkwardly forced smile, probably in an attempt to smooth things over. You see, cruise ship maids shouldn't be seen cleaning the room. We're supposed to do all the cleaning while the guests are away. So when I heard you two coming in, I got scared and hid. I'm sorry. Don't worry about it, miss. Yeah, don't worry about it. In fact, I think it livened things up around here. It did? It did. Then as an employee of this ship, I'm glad to have made your careers more enjoyable. After looking a bit flustered, the girl takes a minute to regain her composure. Well then, I should probably be leaving now. I still have a few rooms I need to clean. If you need me, just call. She waves her hand almost like a salute and dashes out of the room, the door shutting behind her. Well, that wasn't that interesting. Already met a cute girl. Yeah. With that incident finally over, I step into the bathroom. Oh, so she left a key ring in here. She must have forgotten it in her hurry. It has a good number of regular metal keys attached. Guess I should do the right thing and return them to her. I leave the room hoping to return the keys to that maid, but she's nowhere in sight. He's here. Nearby, standing in front of one of the doors in the hallway, is a man in a trench coat and fedora. Who is this person? He isn't anyone I know, nor is he another company member or employee, so he must be a normal passenger. I can't quite put a finger on it, but a guy like him seems out of place here. Maybe it's that goofy looking outfit he's wearing. What are you staring at? Oh, nothing. Looks like you need something. Spit it out. Have you seen a maid? She left her keys in my room. Yeah, she's cleaning my room in the moment. Kinda pissed me off. Oh. Being so inconvenient. Then can you give these to her? I raise the key ring into the air, dangle it in front of him. He gives me a questionable look before swiping the keys from my grip. You're awfully trusting of 200 strangers. A bit too much in my opinion. Don't worry though, you can trust me. I'll return these keys for you. I've had people tell me that before. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. I walk back to my own room and knock on the door to be let inside. This cruise ship really has some strange people on it. Okay, I think I'm going to save it here for now. This is it's a good story so far, I think. But if you don't like visual novels or with a lot of reading, because I think this game is going to have a lot of reading in it, as you can tell. So if you don't like these games, please don't watch them if you don't want to. But if you do like these games, then continue to watch them. And if you are enjoying this game like I am, then please, wait. Okay, saved it. So if you guys are enjoying this game, then please like and please comment. If there's any other games you also want me to play, because there are other games I'm thinking about playing. Like I'm thinking about playing Fortnite, because I know a lot of YouTubers are wanting to play that. But I'm just looking for some games on Steam. But if you have any suggestions, please tell me. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And I will see you in the next video then. Bye.